Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're with our second topic. We're discussing now the participation of Egypt and its importance in the travel trade show in Mumbai. To shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone Dr. Hazem Hasan, tourism expert. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, Dr. Hasan, give us an idea about the show in Mumbai and about the participants. What are the countries that are participating in this show?
Actually, for this important tourism trade show, it is a very important meeting of different countries, either from Asia, Africa, Europe, or the Americas. So we see that it's an international meeting, and it's very important because it has a very good impact on the tourists coming from the countries of India, China, and the Far East. And if we look at the capacity of these countries, the population in these countries, and recently, of course, when we look at this part of the world, we notice that their incomes started to go higher. Mainly, and I prefer to name them actually, China and India. Now, these markets must be targeted by all the destinations, important touristic destinations such as Egypt. And when we look at the percentage of the tourists coming from India and China to Egypt in the past years, it started to grow, but it doesn't represent the suitable figure for the potential that Egypt possesses to attract tourists from these countries. So the presence of Egypt as a participant in this important meeting gives us hope that the number of tourists coming from these countries will go higher, especially that the biggest number of tourists who came to Egypt till this season, let's say, comes from the traditional markets such as the United States, Canada, Europe, and recently Latin America. When we look at the countries that appeared in the suitable numbers, let's call it like this, it's Japan, starting China, and India has a figure that is fluctuating, going up and down. So we need to attract more tourists from these countries. That's why we participated in this important tourist trade meeting.
Yes. Doctor, what are the activities that is taking place during this show?
Actually, the activities are mainly based on showing the potential. Every country is showing its potential in tourism and what kinds of tourism are organized and are the countries are prepared to receive. So Egypt showed itself as a multi-functional tourism. When we talk about the cultural tourism, of course, Luxor and Aswan and all the sites, important sites of archaeology, of Egyptology. Also, we showed another part of, or another kind of this tourism. We were talking about religious, for pilgrims who come to Egypt on the steps of the Holy Family, for example, which is a project that Egypt is working on from tens of years. Also on the traces of Moses with the Exodus. For Christians and Jews also, they come to follow the traces of the Exodus on the Egyptian land. Also,
Yes.
When we talk about conference tourism, of course, Egypt possesses today an excellent infrastructure to receive different conferences and international meetings, especially that Egypt possesses a very interesting location on the map of the world. Also sports tourism, and we saw how many championships and sports events that were organized, international ones, that were organized in the past years in Egypt, either for the infrastructure, for the hotel rooms, for the courts and pitches for the football. This is a very important asset for Egypt. We're talking about the cure tourism, such as the hot sand in Aswan, like the water springs that Egypt possesses either in the north or the south. So we see also the beach tourism Egypt possesses wonderful beaches, which are wonderful sandy beaches on the Red Sea, on the Mediterranean Sea, and we started actually to build new hotels in these places, in the desert for the safari, and also Egypt is very rich with the oasis tourism, the 4x4 cars that take them to the beautiful areas in Siwa and the other oases like Bahariya, Farafra, and Dakhla and Kharga. So all these different kinds of tourism are very, very interesting and can attract the attention of this new tourists or this part of tourism in this part of the world.
Yes. Doctor, how do you see the Egypt keenness on participating in such an event or show, despite that Egypt, of course, the land of civilization, the land of where everything started in this world, and have a huge number of monuments and is the country of history, of course. Yet, the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities are keen, and Egypt is always keen on participating in such events. So how do you evaluate this?
Of course, this is important because many people in the world, not only in India or in the Far East, they know less about the Egyptian civilization. When we talk about the known worldwide antiquities, we're talking about the pyramids and the Sphinx. To the point that the pyramid for all the whole world now is a symbol of Egypt. But how about the other places? There are marvelous places, of course, like Luxor, Aswan, and the temples of Nubia. And we have to show through our participation in these meetings, we need to show them that we have other potentials. We have, of course, Nile cruises, for example, on the Lake of Nasser. We have the cruise ships on the Nile itself, in the Red Sea, in the Mediterranean Sea. So we have a lot of potential, and we need to tell them also that it's not the only way just to go by bus or whatever. However, the government recently started to build an infrastructure, a wonderful infrastructure, and we're talking about even different ways of transportation, like the high-speed train that is under construction now. We're talking about even the highways that we built and we're still building to make a very heavy, to receive a very heavy traffic on them to transport, to get to from a place to another inside of Egypt in an easy way and safe way too.
Yes. Yes. So, Doctor, the importance of this participation by Egypt in this show also, its effect on increasing the flow of tourists to Egypt.
Yes, of course. When we manage to show to the world around us the potential that Egypt has, of course, this will make a big number of tourists. They will put their eyes on Egypt as an important destination with a high variety of options. But actually, there are good news about the capacity of hotels in Egypt. Actually, we reached 2011 200,000. 211,000 exactly rooms, hotel rooms in Egypt, and we need to make them reach 500,000, 500,000 hotel rooms to make it better for us to receive a bigger number of tourists in Egypt, which is, I believe, our first step on the right way, because we need to make them more than 4 times or 5 times to be more than 1 million hotel rooms.
Yes. I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Dr. Hazem Hasan, the tourism expert. Thank you very much for joining us over the phone. Well, with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program, The Breakfast Show. My name is Amal Mukhtar. Thank you for watching.